Hey there, baseball fans. It's Ben, and I'm back with one of my world famous, or not so much, player collection reviews. So this time we are talking about the one, the only, Calvin Edwin Ripken Jr., also known as the Iron Man. So this is a couple hundred cards or so, maybe even 300 cards of Cal Ripken that I pulled from set buys or collections that I've bought in the last couple of years. Wax packs, openings, boxes, etc. Just stuff that I've gotten from various card collecting endeavors, and these are all the Cal Ripkens I pulled. So I've got from 1983 all the way up to 1999 or so. So let's go through them. But first, let's talk a little bit about Cal Ripken. So he's one of those rare players who played for a long time and only for one team. 1981 to 2001, he played for the Baltimore Orioles. That's 21 seasons with the Orioles. Not only that, did he play for the Orioles, but that's his hometown team too. He's from that area, his dad having been in the Orioles organization as a coach for many years. So he clearly had a devotion to that team in that city, so good for him. Lifetime batting average of 276, 3,184 hits, 431 home runs, 1,695 RBIs, 19-time All-Star, mostly playing shortstop with some third base thrown in there towards the beginning and the end of his career. Was the World Series champ in 1983, won the AL MVP twice, once in 1983, once in 1991, was the Rookie of the Year in 1982, two-time Gold Glove Award winner, eight-time Silver Slugger, and his claim to fame really is that he holds the Major League record of playing 2,632 consecutive games without missing a single game, breaking Lou Gehrig's record in 1995 after it had stood for over 50 years. And that's 17 years that he played without missing a single game. So just remarkable. And by all accounts, I can tell a really good guy too. He is a member of the Baseball Hall of Fame, was voted in his first ballot with over 98% of the votes. All right, so going back to 1983 is the earliest card I have of him, a 1983 Fleer. So really nice card, actually. Super excited about that. I don't have his rookie, never have. Would be cool to pull that someday. Moving on to 1984, I've got a handful of these Topps Super cards from a Topps Super box that I got. They're really cool cards, and they're all in perfect condition. This is number one in the series. The downside is that they're just so big and unwieldy and challenging to own. So it is what it is, but they are exact duplicates of the regular size card that year. So I don't have an 84 Topps regular. I do have his Orioles team leader card here, but this is what his regular card would look like if I had it. You can see it's about 4 times the size of a normal card. In addition, I have this great looking 1984 Donruss card for him from the set break that I did on that set. Moving on to 1985, I have one lone card of him and his dad, father and son, one of those Fleer Superstar specials from 1985. On to 1986, and I do have a handful more. So I've got his regular Topps card, his All-Star Topps card from 86, glossy All-Star, a couple of those, and then more oddballs here, which I like. You know I love the oddball ones. I've got his mini glossy league leaders from 1986 Topps. A bunch of those from a box that I opened. I have a 1986 Fleer Superstar Mini. I have a 1986 Donruss. This is from a set break, factory set break that I did. And then I have the 1986 Donruss Pop-Up All-Stars, a couple of those for him. And then 1986 Donruss All-Stars. So these came, I had a whole box of these that I opened up. So those are all in perfect, pristine, mint condition, which is cool. On to 1987. Got a handful of these 1987 Topps wood grain cards that everyone loves, as well as the All-Star cards. Both of those, he's looking very wistful on his looks. And then his League Leaders Mini, glossy Mini, and then the glossy All-Star, plus the Fleer Classic Minis, Donruss base card, and then I've got this TriStar Sports Flicks, which is Cal Ripken, Tony Fernandez, and Scott Fletcher, as well as the Cal Ripken base card. You can see him, turning a double play, as well as hitting. On to 1988, which is the biggest stack I've got here. Starting off with his Topps cards. I've got Topps base card, a handful of those, as well as a Orioles leaders with him and Eddie Murray looking very fierce. So a good shot of those two superstars on that team. Then his 88 top superstar stickers. On the back of this, you can see a couple guys there, as well as his like foil superstar sticker there. There's his 88 Topps Big. A couple of those. 88 Fleer, his base card, as well as AL slugging shortstops with Alan Trammell and Tony Fernandez. A bunch of those. And then one of him and his brother Billy. One of the only 4 brother duos to play the infield together on the same team at the same time. So that's an interesting little tidbit for you. And then here's his 88 Baseball's Best from Fleer and Fleer star stickers from 88. 88 is not done though. I've got a mound of 1988 Donruss. Donruss went super Cal Ripken crazy in 1988. They have the base card here. I got a bunch of them. He was a Diamond King that year. He was the Donruss MVP. These are the bonus cards. Got a handful of those. They did a Ripken baseball family card with Cal Sr. and Billy Ripken, all on the Orioles. Very cool card. And then here's his Donruss Pop-Up All-Stars. I had a huge box of these, so I've got a lot of those, as well as the actual pop-up. Handful of those. So a lot of Donruss 88 Ripken cards. There's 88 Score, his base card, as well as super shortstops. Same picture as the Fleer, if you're like, I don't know if it's the same picture, but the same time with Alan Trammell and Tony Fernandez. Moving on to 1989, I've got his 1989 base card, which looks a lot like an 88 Topps base card. And you can see right down the left there, games played. Always playing all the games. This is the wax box bottom here. Ripken's consecutive 1,000th is 6th longest streak in baseball history. And then we have the superstar stickers. There's an 89 Fleer, an 89 Score. There's 89 Donruss, as well as the MVP and his pop-up All-Star. Moving right along, we've got 1990, a good year for Ripken as well. There's his Topps base card, his All-Star card, his Classics card, Bowman, which is one of the weirdest pictures of him without a hat on. 90 Score, 90 U.S. playing cards. There's Topps Big. There's Topps Kmart Superstars. And then we've got his Superstar stickers. Gold, the foil one, that's him on the left here. Where's that on the right? Bob Malachy, I think, on the right. And then his actual Superstar card. And then I have a bunch of these 1990 Donruss All-Stars. This one is All-Star Game Performance. All-Star Game Performance. All-Star Game Performance. Oh, recent Major League Performance. So I've got both variations on that one. And lots of them, to be honest with you. So lots and lots and lots of them. There's his MVP card, one of the bonus cards from that set, and his base card that year. There's 90 Upper Deck, and 90 Fleer All-Star Team insert. And then he was one of the players of the decade for the 10th anniversary Fleer. What I don't have is the one that's an error of his name spelled wrong, Ripkin. I have only the standard Ken. There he is with Tony Fernandez again, the league's best shortstops. Wrapping up 1990. On to 1991. This is when I got a lot of... So here's the Topps base card, as well as the record breaker. A lot of the Donruss is where I have most of these. Base card, All-Star. His highlights of errorless games, same as the record breaker from Topps. There's 1991 Fleer. 91 Score of him getting Jose Canseco out. 91 Leaf. And 91 Studio, where we learn that his hero is Brooks Robinson. Imagine that. The Orioles, famous Orioles infielder. And here's Topps Stadium Club. This is Members' Choice. as well as his base card. You can see his rookie on the back there from 82 Topps. There's 91 Fleer Ultra and 91 Bowman. 1992, there he is with Lou Gehrig, foreshadowing a few years later when he would break his record. There's his All-Star, and then Score had a heyday with Cal Ripken in '92, coming off his MVP season. There's his base card. There's his All-Star caricature. There's his Man of the Year. There's his MVP award, and his dream team in front of the old Iron Man train. There's 92 Pinnacle. This is a great shot, this insert of Heritage Series of him wearing an old St. Louis Browns jersey, which became the Baltimore Orioles. It's 92 Fleer. There's one with the Indispensables 2 with Joe Carter. There's his Fleer Pro Vision of him chasing Lou Gehrig's record. And here is Donruss All-Star, his Donruss MVP, and his Donruss base card, as well as a Diamond King. And this is the year they turned into inserts. There's 92 Triple Play, as well as Young Cal and Little Hot Shots from Triple Play, and his post serial, followed by Cal Jr. and Billy Bloodlines for the Upper Deck series there. Stacks start to get shorter here as we get to the end of my collecting days. 1993 Leaf. So here's an interesting one for you. This is a Milk Bum collection of players with their dogs. This is Cal Ripken Jr. and his dog Champagne. So it's a very interesting card set. I've got quite a few of those. There's 93 Pinnacle. There's a Pinnacle insert, or subset, which is hometown heroes of players who play in the town where they grew up. There's Donruss Triple Play. There's his Action Baseball Triple Play, and these tall bookmarks from Diamond Marks. Got a handful of those from that box that I ripped open. 1994, we got 94 Score, 94 Pinnacle, 94 Upper Deck of him flying through the air on a double play, 94 Studio. Here's a Diamond Tribute insert set from, I think, the Fleer Update set. There's Measure of Greatness from Topps in 94 and 1994 Post Serial. Then we move on to his 2000 straight games for Upper Deck Collector's Choice and 1995 Bazooka, Topps Bazooka. Finally rounding us out with my final card, the Upper Deck Collector's Choice here from 1999, so just a couple years shy of the end. This is when he had switched to third base for the last couple years of his career. So there you have it. Hats off to you, Cal Ripken. Good guy, great player, Hall of Famer, and hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time.